Hi, I'm Dr. Charlie Ferrer, the founder of Cancer Tamer and the creator of Breast Cancer Diaries. So one word to describe what I felt when I was first diagnosed with breast cancer? Fear and sadness.
When I first found out I had cancer, I was so fearful.
Just worrying about my children, basically. What would happen to them if I weren't here?
Punked.
It was shocking.
I was sort of surprised, but not exactly, because I felt myself that there was something wrong. But
I thought I was a freak.
Darkness. It seemed like it was a very dark time.
What's one word to describe how I felt? Scared and wondering how much time I had left.
Oh my God, how am I going to tell my family? Then the next feeling was, I'm going to die.
I was taken back by surprise, but then yet I wasn't surprised because breast cancer runs in the family.
Breast cancer touches absolutely anyone and everyone.
Shock. It was just total shock.
My whole life, got damaged.
I had breast cancer twice. Well, in the first reaction that I feel that I was like dying and I have no hope and I was all by myself. And the second time I was waiting to heal myself.
When they told me, I was totally devastated, in shock. I actually turned around and said, "Are you talking to me?"
My family was my biggest motivator. I wanted to be there for them. I didn't want to leave them. I didn't want to leave this earth. And it's making me tearful, but my daughters to this day will say, "You're going nowhere." So I had to get through it. And they helped me through it.
The thing that motivates me is my grandson. I gotta be there for him.
What motivates me is my husband. He has passed away. And he was a 41-year educator. And I know that he would want me to continue educating people and to let them know that men do get breast cancer.
So what inspired me to move forward? I guess I didn't want to give up. I didn't want my life to end without having done something special, something big.
I didn't want to die. That's number one. I had a lot of other things I want to do. I know I'm old, but I'm not that old to think that I'm old. I'm 74, but it's okay to be 74. And at the time I was 72 when I was diagnosed, and I really want to be 82 and 92.
When I got hit with this news that, my life was being threatened, basically, I felt that I had to be strong because I had to be an example for my children. That if they ever had to battle something that was very difficult, that they could think of me and say, Grandma, she did it. She fought and she had a positive attitude and she made it.
So I believe what motivated me was I live for my sons, Stefan and Jordan, and my mother, Lee. That compelled me to get out of bed, because you always want to hide under the covers when you get such bad news. And on top of that, to live for myself. Maybe this was a second chance. So maybe this was a wake-up call to take care of myself.
Something I wish somebody that would have said to me when all this started was just be prepared in your mind. Your mind is a very powerful thing when you're dealing with stuff like this. And you have to have that mind prepared to do it. And if you don't have your mind prepared, you're in bad shape.
I wish someone had told me more about being there for someone else experiencing this, because I never realized how much people go through.
What I wish they would have said to me was, we're your friends, we're here for you, we understand what you're going to go through. And it wound up to be just the opposite. My friends slowly disappeared on me, and I couldn't really rely on them for support. That was the hardest thing, and I reached out to a support group, and that's where I made my friends.
I wish somebody would have said that there'll be some light at the end of the tunnel, and that things will be all right.
I wish other people would have been more open about male breast cancer.
I wish at the time that people would have told me that everything was going to be okay, because it's so much unknown.
I wish they would have told me that I would make it through and just keep praying, and no matter what, you will make it through, no matter what.
One of the things that I wish if somebody will tell me not to be scared and have hope. That's the key.
I think it's important to focus on the goodness of the world, and it's important to notice and be aware of the beauty that's all around us. Because if you seek it out, there's no way you won't see it.
If you're just diagnosed recently, there's going to be different feelings that you're going to go through. You might be upset, you're fearful, you're depressed. That's okay. But then you give yourself a week or two, and after that, get your ass up and do what you have to do to stay alive. Because that's the name of the game. You have to stay alive. For whoever, for yourself, for your family.
Something that's really important is that you're not alone. There are so many groups and people out there that are going to help you, and there's always people that can give you advice, and people who have been through the process. It might not be the same exact process you've been through, but just be open to listening to others and reaching out, because there is help.
I would want someone newly diagnosed to know that there is a lot of help out there. There was a lot of support out there.
And you're going to feel lonely. Even having a family, you might feel lonely because they're not in your shoes. And that's why I think support groups help a lot, or hanging out with people that have the same thing going on in their life.
What I would say to others is be your own best advocate. Know your body. If you feel that something is wrong, go to the doctors. Don't wait for 7 years like I did. Don't let a doctor tell you that, oh, it's nothing.
Don't be afraid of cancer.
What I would say to other wives is, when in doubt, just have your husband go get a mammogram, be checked, and be on the safe side.
Well, as a father, it's been a rough journey for me. But I would tell my sons to please get yourself checked. Use me as an example so you don't have to go through what I've been through.
People that have problems with their child with breast cancer, I would tell them, don't give up, keep going, looking, and second and third opinions with other doctors. Don't just stick with the first answer.
Well, to my wife, that I'll have her back. We'll get through this together.
If I could impart some advice on maybe another family member, take this negative experience and turn it into something positive to help others.
What I would say to others is there's no embarrassment in having breast cancer. It's a person's disease.
So what I would tell another son, the number one, you should just be there for her along the way.
One thing I want everyone to know is that it's been around for so many years and it's still here, and we need to do something about it. We need to be proactive. We need to, girls, if you're young, even as young as I am, check your breasts. Scientists out there, please find something. And if you find it, get it out. Even if the huge pharma doesn't want it out, get it out, because women are dying.
So what would I say to others that were going through this? I would say wake up every day with something new to show for your life. Do everything and anything that scares you. Go out and jump off a cliff and skydive. Try new things, because if you don't do it now, when will you do it?
My message of hope for others is to take care of themselves. You need to be your own advocate. And when in doubt, you check it out.
My message of hope is that no man ever walks alone.
Focus on the goodness and the beautiful part of life. Because when you go through this, people just show up to help you.
I came across a quote by Gracie Allen, of all people. And the quote is, don't put a period in your life where God only meant to put a comma. This was just going to be a giant pause in my life. It wasn't going to be the end.
My message of hope is that with early detection, that it can be beat. You can survive this.
The message I want to give is to never give up. keep fighting, keep persevering. We have a strong community of men, women, trans, LGBT, everyone. This is a battle everyone's going through, so just stay strong and be there for each other, and always remember the light is always ahead, so keep going, keep pushing.
My message is that you are not alone.
So find whatever helps you to cope, what makes you happy, what gives you inspiration, and a way of just celebrating your life every day.
If we all work together, we can change the world.
Bye.